You ever see that bit with Brian Regan where he's reading a child's book and the owl says hoot? No, it doesn't. Like, I've never been outside. Hoot.
Yes. Brian Regan, he's really good.
Have you seen him live?
No.
I've seen him live 3 times.
Is he good?
He's very good. And my wife saw him live before he was big, and she was on a front row, front table, at a little bar in Houston. Yeah, he's terrific. He has made me like hurt laughing.
He just has a gift. Some people are just funny.
Yeah.
And I think when you're clean, it's harder in some ways. And he's really good.
Why do you think that is? I understand the shock value of an F-bomb in a comedy stand-up routine, and maybe that's like it shocks you and it kind of wakes you into laughter in a way. But what is it about clean comedy that you think is actually...
Let me rephrase that in this way. I think that you're always establishing a context for the crowd. And when you can make them laugh in a clean way, you can ride that out. So I think our friend Bob Rice, he studied comedy in his life. And I think there's a phrase, something like, when you go blue, you can't go back. So if you use like the F-bomb, you can use it once and you can get like kind of a shocking laugh.
Or tell a dirty joke up front, but then you can't.
It's almost like you can't recover from there. And I find that's generally true. Like if there are comics that if I'm like, once they kind of go there, they either stay there or keep going sort of downward.
Interesting.
Because you've now set a context, like, I guess we can do that now. But if you think about the most successful comics, at least was traditionally, we're not like doing blue comedy. Like, because you want to be like family friendly. That's going to just get you the
But isn't that
largest
also
audience.
that's probably also the case that it was probably less acceptable 50 years ago to be as blue as people are today?
That's probably true.
I like Louis C.K., but I can't watch his stand-up routines because he gets so dirty.
Yes.
And just dirty's the wrong word. Just vulgar and disgusting. But when you watch him in like a late night back and forth with, say, Conan O'Brien or somebody, like his brilliance, I think, really shines forth because he can't be as foul as he is in his stand-up.
Yeah, he's very witty. He's very funny. And he's very perceptive. Mm-hmm. He's made perceptions about life. And I'm like, that is
Do you think that is the heart of comedy, is showing you what you thought you were the only one who experienced something?
Mortimer J. Adler once defined Aristotle as having uncommon common sense. So he had common sense, but it was uncommon. He like points out things. You're like, that is true.
Yeah.
And I think comics are pointing out something that you've seen 100 times. You've read that child's book that says hoot when that's what the owl says.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make any sense, but you've just never noticed it. But a comedian's like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So comedians just see the world differently.
Have you done comedy before? Didn't you do like comedy sports, I thought?
No. When I was in college, I was a theater major.
Okay.
And then I applied for like our improv comedy troupe at my college. And I went to the rehearsal and it was so dirty. The rehearsal, I just walked out.
Really?
Yeah, like I wanted to justify to myself, like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it rationally and I thought, I don't think this is good for my soul, number one. And number two, even if I make it, I don't know who I would invite. I thought, even if I make the team,
yes,
who am I going to invite? I thought I was like a youth leader on a core team, like a youth group. And I'd be like, never come. I wouldn't want to tell anyone about it because I'd be afraid they'd show up. And even if like the bits I were in were pretty clean, I knew the other ones in the special would be like R-rated. Yeah. And so I just can't do it.
Was this stand-up? Did you have a routine?
No. It's like, so they had both like sketch comedy where like SNL, but then they also had improv comedy. So it was those two groups. So I was auditioning for those.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below letting us know what you thought about the video.